trying to be one of those bouncing balls, you know, when the lyrics go and then the
Jump it.
up on the so that's what I was trying to do. What were you trying to do?
Man, I don't know. I was trying to like get low, but my knee, I got old man knees. So the lower I got, I was like, oh no, I want to still dance. I can't get too low now, man. I can't get too low.
It's not about getting low nowadays. Nobody's getting low, man.
No one's getting low. Everyone's getting high, dude.
Everybody's getting high, man.
Everyone's getting high. How you doing, dude?
Chris, I'm good, man. How you doing, dude?
Dude, I'm doing all right, man. We installed the AC, so now we're chilling in one part of the room, the house, I mean, but still chilling nonetheless.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, same thing. I, got one of those standing AC units. I'm thinking about getting a next one because it is a godsend. It is so fantastic, man. You know, it does the job. I sleep well at night. Oh, yeah. Good night.
Okay, look, don't rub it in, man. Look, I know, okay? I know. Nice. We got a good thing going now because we're on the second last episode of our whole series.
Believe it. Can't believe it.
We've watched all our episodes again, eh?
Yeah, and they've been such a great trip. I'm so glad that we've decided to rewatch these episodes again because, man, it's been a real pleasure. Real pleasure.
It's such a pleasure. Yeah. For those of you who are joining us, this is our Bit Players Watch Party. Of course, my name is Chris Siddiqui.
My name's Nigel Downer.
And you can watch along with us every Tuesday and Thursday at 4:20 as we sit here and we watch our episodes. But we also talk to our special guests.
Mm-hmm.
And we do have some very special guests for this one. Not only do we get to watch our dear friends Paloma Nunez, Carol Zoccoli, David Tomlinson, Mark Andrada, and Freddie Rivas play around in our Dungeons and Dragons episode, but we get to talk to the genius behind all of our wardrobe, Vanessa Magic.
Oh, man, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. She is so brilliant. You know, she made these two nerds of color. She made us look amazing. And you know what? We look amazing because we want to represent you guys who are always amazing and represent all those nerds of color, all those people of color who aren't even represented on screen. So you know what? On top of just being us, on top of just being us, we got to be us in cool costumes.
So cool, man. So cool. You know what? Let's not put it off any longer, Nigel. I want to watch this thing again, man. Enjoy Dungeons and Dragons.
Lightning bolt.
Silver skull.
Woo! Oh my goodness. Christopher, did you enjoy that?
Dude, that was my dream. I lived my dream, man. Running around in the woods, dressed up, all of us like that. Yes, I enjoyed it.
Listen, mission accomplished, man. I mean, I got to be Axel Foley in our Comic-Con episode. You know,
I got to be Aladdin.
And then you got to be TD Skinbin.
Oh, just a dream. Just a dream.
And you know what? There's one individual that made that dream come true.
Oh.
And we definitely are excited to talk to her. Ladies and gentlemen, nerds of all colors, nerds of all ages, please welcome Vanessa Magic.
Yes. Vanessa Magic.
Hey! Hey guys. Hey, how's it going?
Oh my God.
Good. How are you?
How you doing, pal?
Good. What a dream this episode was.
Oh, what a dream it is to have you and see you again, buddy. How's your quarantine been?
It's good. You may hear my child screaming in the background periodically, so parents out there, you get me.
Oh, dude, I get you.
Noted. Hey, Vanessa, first of all, thank you for the amazing job that you did, not only in D&D, but in the whole series. Like, you killed it with wardrobe. We always looked amazing, and everybody looked fantastic. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. It was a fun project to be on. Like, as a costume designer, anytime I get to do anything that's 20 costume changes per episode per person is always very exciting.
Right?
Yeah, it's a good challenge, and it's fun to create. It was fun to create these characters and collaborate with you guys.
Oh, so fun. And everything was so color. Like, it was really nice. I mean, again, with that Dungeons and Dragons episode, I wanted to ask you, what was your favorite costume to build?
For this episode, I think my favorite thing was Bonhomme de Neige.
Yes, I was going to say, man, that was great.
But Nom de Neige was funny. So the head I had rented from a costume place, but the body, because it was written in the script that he needs to have long claws, then me and my amazing assistant costume designer, Victoria, she helped me knock that vision out of the park.
Oh,
and we were just sewing this crazy huge costume because you don't really have fittings with people, the nature of these projects all the time. So building this huge Banom costume for Freddie, trying to get him in it, and everybody was late that day for some reason. I don't know why.
Not for some reason, because we had to look beautiful for it, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we had to make sure we were looking on point. You know?
But I felt like there was something in the production where it was just like people, I don't know what it was, but everybody who was arriving was a little bit late. So we're always like a little bit behind trying to get people ready, and then like trying to build a Banom de Neige costume, like down to the wire, but it was worth it. And I would do it again.
It's very funny because there's so many other what to me were complicated costumes, like an elven costume with this blonde hair that Nigel had to wear, and then me with all my buckles. But then it was Bonhomme that was the big challenge. I love it.
Yeah, but all the characters were really great, and you guys did come up with a range of different types of Dungeons and Dragon characters, which I don't know a lot about. It's like there's mages and healers and scoundrels, and you were a rogue.
That's totally it, dude.
Yeah, who are you talking about? You named a bunch of characters off the bat, man. You know what you're talking about.
The internet is helpful. I was like, I should be a little prepared.
Speaking of the internet, can you talk a little bit about how resourceful you have to be to make these things come together, like to make these costumes come together? Because you outfitted the whole series. So, I mean, we can stick to D&D, but we can also talk about just regular episodes. Like, are you going to the internet a lot to find stuff and then resourcing, or how's that work?
It's a lot of different things. I'm lucky that I'm able to sew. I think that's a really helpful skill. And I'm also, because I work on a lot of independent productions, then the budgets are small. So you have to be really creative and really resourceful. Like the gauntlets that you had, Nigel, we built those using some fabric I found at a secondhand store and from a secondhand vest that had grommets in it. So we put them both together, like cut up some of that, pieced it all together so they would look perfect, because when we got the gauntlets to fit you, they didn't look good, and things have to look great. I mean, you were, as you said, the first Black elf on TV. Is that?
Mm-hmm. I think it's pretty accurate.
Fact, friends at home. But I thought that was really cool. And I was like, if you're going to be the first Black elf on TV, you better look good. Can we swear on this? Can I swear?
Hell yeah, man. What's going on Twitch?
Like, better look fucking good.
Yeah.
So it was a really fun process to try to build all these characters together. Even like Melissa the Bitch, it was like such a fun thing to find. And it was like in finding the helmet for that character, it's like the horns on it, I'm like, they need to be real horns, because you can find those plastic helmet ones, but I was like, I need real horns. It needs to be authentic as much as possible. Like metal hardware, big heavy capes, big cloaks, like just textures and feelings and metals and toughness.
Oh, dude. Amazing. I mean, I know I told you multiple times that day, but I still look back at that as one of the coolest. I felt so cool just being in there. I think because everything was so heavy, but you just feel cool.
Yeah. And your character was great. You had like these big boots all the way up and leather pants, also gauntlets, these sort of half gloves that are on you. And you're wearing a cape that came from my collection of capes, because I love capes. Who doesn't?
Yeah.
And on the back of it is this gold embroidered eye with all these little lines that come out, that one day I was like, I'm going to embroider all these capes. And they just said, I was like, I'll use it for something.
It worked perfectly.
Okay, that's what happens. Vanessa, you're just resourceful, just collecting these things, right?
Yeah, 100%. Now, I wanted to say this too. Not only were you our mistress of the wardrobe, you're also an incredible singer.
Thank you.
But on top of that, an amazing actress.
Oh.
Because you were also Black April O'Neil.
Yeah.
Turtle power.
That's right.
Just the original April O'Neil, you know?
That's right. I shouldn't say that. I should say the original April O'Neil.
The original.
OG.
Yeah.
That was cool. I appreciate you asking me to be the original April O'Neil. It's also good too, because people, I think with the show, people are able to see themselves, like all of the blurs out there can kind of find themselves in that, because people don't know a lot about like that there was a Black April O'Neil. When you guys had written that in the script, I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't know that. I'm going to have to look that up to check it out, which was really cool. And since that, it's like spiraled into checking out all the different superheroes that are out there. Like I just recently discovered one in Batman. Her name is Maxine. Do you know? Maxine something.
Ooh, Maxine, like,
I think
so it's not Batwoman,
Maxine
right?
Gibson. She's just in the DC world and part of one of Batman's universes of that. And she's cool, and she's got like really short hair, and she looks just amazing and awesome.
There's this other great character from, I think it's Daredevil, Nige, correct me if I'm wrong, but Misty Knight.
Misty Knight.
Yeah, she used to be a cop, and then she got her arm ripped off, but now she has a robo arm.
That's amazing.
She's in that Marvel universe, and she's pretty fierce. She ends up teaming up with another woman, I think it's White Tiger. I could be wrong. Anyways, they end up becoming like the next like heroes for hire, which is Iron Fist and Luke Cage earlier, but like later they become the duo that everybody wants to be on their team. But it's there's just tons of diversity out there now. I just want to make sure now, you know what I mean? Back in the day, not so much.
What? You mean there wasn't diversity before now?
Yeah, surprise.
Oh. What?
Yeah, it's true. Amazing. And so I also want to talk about just the hustle. Like you're on a constant daily hustle. You're nodding and you agree, you sympathize. What's like, there's so many things that you do. I kind of want to narrow it down to like an average day, but I don't think that's accurate for you, right? Yeah.
No, especially now, like days aren't so average anymore. It's just like we're all in quarantine. We're still trying to figure out where we're going to be after this all happens in the workplace. It's like now, because I've had the time to just be at a computer, I've been writing a lot more. And I have an initiative that I started called Inclusive Stylists Toronto. And so I've been working more on that. And that's trying to promote more diversity, like BIPOC people in wardrobe and costume design. So I've been doing that like so many hours a day because people actually want to listen now, which is really exciting. And people want to, yeah. You'd be surprised. And people are taking the time
I'm not surprised at all.
And people are taking the time to learn. And I think that's great. Like we're in a more than a moment. It's a movement that's happening globally, collectively. And it's great that people are wanting to do things and like take action. But that's the thing. It's like people are posting, great. I'm happy people are posting, but people have to do shit. Like people need to hire people and pay them, right? Like that's simple. And people have been getting really defensive sometimes. And it's just like, nobody wants to take away your job. We just want more jobs. And why can't all voices be heard? Yeah. It's like a show like yours is great because it gets to an audience that maybe doesn't otherwise feel represented. And it tells them that like, hey, there are people like you. There are people like us. And that's amazing. So, yeah, I mean, season 2.
Dude, man, it was a blessing to have you and wardrobe, to have, our friend Chet on camera. That was my big thing with this. Nigel and I really talked about it. It was like, we want to represent both in front and behind the camera, because that's how we build that culture and that way of support with each other. And
community,
I mean, as
right?
We're always working with our buds LaRue.
Yeah.
And those guys are the best. So whenever we want to create and whenever we want to work with that energy and build that culture, they're like, cool, man, let's do it.
Which is great. And that's what it's all about. It's like creating this community, like making these, like having conversations and having these conversations that lead to connection. And ultimately that connection leads to change. And another C word, because I love alliterations, is community, right? It's like you work with people and if you don't have anybody but white people in your community, you're only going to hire white people. It's like people need to look in the networks of the people that they hang around, right? Like who's in your office? Like who do you go to? Like who's your ride or die? And it's like who's collectively in your circle? And it's like you need to, if it's just the same kinds of people, you need to ask yourself why and what you can do to change that. And how you can get involved. Like if you don't know any like BIPOC people, it's like get involved and volunteer somewhere and learn to know people or talk to a stranger. It's just ask them how they're doing. It's just like simple things and simple acts of kindness I think can help change the world. And I think now because I'm a mom too, then I'm just like, the world needs to be better for my child. I don't want my child to discover the color of his skin because a kid points him in the playground and calls him the N-word, which was my experience into racism. It's fun, guys.
Boy.
Mine
But
too.
it's just,
I had to ask my dad what packy meant because I heard it at school. And he
yeah.
was like, ooh.
You're like,
Well,
someone has bad parents.
Yeah.
I don't know. I try not to be a judgy parent, but it's sort of hard sometimes.
Oh, dude, I'm a biggest judgy parent, man. Who cares? Just do it.
Just judge. Just judge.
Judge it
People
out,
judge
man.
their dogs when they have them out at the dog park. I mean, the same thing, right? Like, what's the big
100%.
deal?
Yeah. And I judge those dog people.
We all judge those dog people.
Because I think I was literally talking about dog people to I love dogs. I'm not saying I don't love dogs, but it's just like people have a sense sometimes of their dogs, and sometimes dogs will get close to me, and I'm like, and people will say they're like, it's okay, he's friendly, and I'm like, that's cool, your dog's friendly, but I've been bitten in the face by a dog, so give me my space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be cool for him, but not for me.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know your dog.
Yeah, man. Get the fuck out of my face. Okay,
I'm like,
Vanessa,
I don't
we
even
got
know
this-
you.
We got this game set up for you, okay?
Oh God, okay, yeah, I love games.
Okay, this is the game. So let's say this. This is called You Have to Make the Choice, okay? So it's crunch time on the set. You can't get in touch with the director, and you have to make the choice of which costume to go with, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to show you a series of photos. It's going to be 1 and 2. So here's the first one.
Yes.
Okay?
Wait.
So-
There's another one.
Yeah, there's another one.
What?
There's another one. So
Holy
I mean,
Mountain.
you know,
I-
which costume would you do? Would you go with the lizard princess?
Lizard Princess. I'm just like more in tune with that film. Sorry, it's
No,
just like
no.
embedded in my. No, is that the wrong answer?
No. That's
Oh,
completely
no.
100% right.
I'm going with Lizard Princess because lizards can be princesses too.
Do you know what the second photo is, though?
I do know what the second photo is.
Okay, yeah, you know what? You're right. I mean, Dewar just seems a bit relaxed.
Dewar is fine. Also, a reference in the show. If you kids are watching, I tried to get little references of culture into the
Yeah,
show.
man, I forgot to put this on, but
Nice.
So good.
But
Right.
I'm like, it's Holy Mountain all the way. If you showed me any photo that had to do anything with Alejandro Jodorowsky, I would choose it.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, I just want to put
Sorry, Dewar.
that. Okay, next one.
Oh,
I mean, this is no contest.
okay. Holy Mountain versus. Oh, first one. Come on. What is she doing?
I just wanted to show the contrast. You know what I mean? I
Are
thought,
there-
like, we like this.
There
but
weren't
also-
any other actors available.
But you know what this movie is from? This.
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. So, you know, I mean, maybe the director just doesn't know. Maybe they're going, you know, we don't know whether Tilda Swinton is.
But it's like, is not Benedict Cumberbatch enough of a draw? You need to like not hire. It's weird to me.
I mean,
Fair.
she looks okay.
Tilda Swinton is an amazing actress in
Amazing.
person.
Yeah.
But I also think it should be your job as an actor if someone's like, would you like to play someone of a different race, Hank Azaria? And you're just like, oh, no, that's weird. I shouldn't do that just because I'm funny.
Well, we all know that Tilda Swinton did call Margaret Cho to get her blessing to play the Ancient One.
Oh, I read that article.
Remember that?
Yeah, you're like, what if it was Margaret Cho? Like, would that have been a better movie?
Yeah, right.
I
my
still would have
God.
watched it.
Okay,
I
well,
love
hands
Marvel
down.
anything.
I mean, 2 Holy Mountains in a row. What are you going to do? That's too
Holy
easy.
Mountain is too easy.
Holy Mountain takes the cake.
Yeah.
All right. And the last 2. Okay, this guy comes to you.
Oh.
And then this guy comes to you.
Now the other ones there wasn't a right or wrong answer, but for this one there is a right answer.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
true.
it's obviously the second one because it's so authentic. I've never seen a Persian man look more Persian in my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at that
He's
hair.
got that Persian paleness to him. You know what I mean?
Yes, that Persian glow.
That's right. Yeah.
Yes. What was
Well,
the name of the
obviously-
first movie? I remember you showing a clip of that and I didn't watch it yet.
Yeah. Remember that? That was that big war scene.
Tell me the name of the movie so people can look it up and watch it.
This is amazing. So I think there's 3 of them now, but this is the first one called Bahubali. And Bahubali is like the Indian Lord of the Rings.
Sold.
Yeah,
There you go,
that scene
right?
you showed us, man, like
Yeah,
one
that
day
scene
on
was the
set
most.
was just wild.
Remember?
I do. That was the most epic thing I had ever seen.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
how come more people don't know about this movie?
Right? That's what I'm talking about. And the costumes in this are phenomenal.
The costumes, it's just like, even looking at the photo, like his helmet, the amount of detail that's put in that tells so much about the people who are making the costume and how much they are artists, as opposed to if you go to the next one, it looks like Halloween store. No offense to the people making it, but doesn't it? It reads very flat, and it could just be the photo, but even the thing around his arm, like,
dude, I was just gonna say, what is
Yeah,
that?
the tie. Yeah.
What is that?
Keeps a circulation, keeps it moving.
Yeah, but it could have been something like beautifully like decorated metal or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, right? Pathetic. Okay, well, you win. You win, Vanessa. You won.
I chose the right answers. I love winning. All I do is win.
No matter what.
I don't know all the words to the song.
That's okay. I don't think anybody does. I think it's as soon as that part goes, everyone's like, "Oh, go well."
It's a great walkout. Yeah, it's a great walkout song.
100%. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Well, Ms.
Are there more
Magic.
questions? Oh.
Well, listen, we can ask you questions all day. We won't keep you, but we want to thank you for coming on and joining us, not only on this, but just on set. And I can't wait until we have you back for season 2.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, season 2. You heard us, everybody.
Put it in the
Make
universe.
it
Put it in
happen.
the universe.
Put it in the universe. The world needs
Yeah.
more shows like this because they aren't there. So, and everybody's starved for content. So,
True.
Totally.
Oh, you know what? Before we let you go, what is there anything else that you have going on, or that you want to push or promote or something? Anything that you're working on that you can tell us about?
Right now, I'll tell you a cool project or something cool that happened to me. I am working on right now for myself a kids show that's an Afrofuturist science-based show for kids 6 to 8. Look out for that.
I love it. This is the one you were telling me about last year too, right?
Yeah, and I
that's
just got a
amazing.
touch of funding.
Yeah, I read the little synopsis of the show for the funding. That's amazing. It's going to be so great. Congratulations.
I'm so excited. It's just great to have different voices, right? It's like, man. So many of us have grown up in like a world of singular voices. I was talking about toys I played with when I was a kid, and friends were like, what was your favorite toy? And I'm like, I had a Teresa. She was a Barbie doll, but there wasn't any black Barbies. She was Latina or Latinx, and that's all I had. And then a kid stole it from me at daycare, and I was mad because you couldn't just get anything at that time. Like that was like writing. It was like my campaign to Santa 3 years in a row, right?
Yeah, man.
And I finally got my Teresa from Santa.
And you have to like go to consumers distributing for that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. Write that code in.
Sharpening my unsharp scissors to like stab this girl. Just kidding. That didn't happen.
Buddy. Well, thank you again so much for talking with us, man. I miss you so much. I love you so much. It's so great to see you.
Absolutely. It was so great chatting with you guys. I love the show. I love you guys. Keep writing, keep doing. Viva la revolution.
Yes, viva la revolution.
Bye, guys.
See you, pal. See you soon.
Bye. Wow, just so lovely. Such a lovely human being. Like, she's just fantastic.
I adore that woman. And not only is she now also the mistress of wardrobe and singing and acting, now she's a television creator. Wonder Woman, man.
That's like a quadruple threat, maybe more.
Quadruple
I don't know.
Threat?
Whatever.
Cinco de Mayo?
Cinco de Mayo threat.
Threat?
Well, we did another one, brother. We did another one.
Dude. So fun. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Once again, I am Chris Siddiqui.
I'm Nigel Downer.
We do this every Tuesdays and Thursday. Actually, this is our penultimate one, dude. We got one more after this.
Woo, time flies, bro.
Time flies, brother. We're going to watch our last episode, and that will start at 4:20 as we always do.
You got it. And also, I mean, if you want to check more of our stuff out, we're at Bit Playas on all the socials. That's at Bit Playas. So you can check it out on Facebook or Twitch or Instagram, Twitter, all of that stuff. We're there. And don't forget, if you want to watch more episodes, if you're in Canada, go ahead, watch it. CBC Gem. If you're in America, hey, you'll find it. So, gotta go.
Bye.
On behalf of myself, Naju Downer, and Chris Siddiqui, and LaRue Entertainment, and the whole cast and crew that created Bit Playas, I'd be remiss if I didn't discuss or talk about Black Lives Matter. This is a huge movement that's happening right now that needs to happen right now to battle systemic racism. Police are killing Black men and Black women, and I think right now is the best time, the right time, to do your research, read books, watch documentaries, donate, help with charities, or even protest or march, whatever you need to do to help. Because Black lives matter.